give myself a second to sit down. Alrighty. Nick here from J4U Studios, and welcome back to the J4U podcast. So we are coming right off the tail end of our Let's Talk Movies Avengers Infinity War. So,
full spoilers.
Yeah, that was full spoilers. This is going to be totally spoiler free. So if you've not seen the movie, do not fret, because we will not be addressing any spoilers today. Correct?
Hopefully. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we're not going to pull a Tom Holland or anything.
Ooh.
But it's all right.
All right.
So yeah, so don't worry if you haven't seen the movie yet. You're all good. You're fine here. Let me actually get that TV set a little bit better, and then we're gonna get started. Which actually, let's get started here. You guys can give your thoughts first. So the first thing we have on the agenda to talk about is not Infinity War. It is the Venom trailer that dropped recently. So I'll let you guys give your thoughts while I continue to set up, because we just changed setups drastically. So,
what's your thoughts on symbiotes?
That was the biggest thing that upset me about the trailer.
I saw a review on that, like a trailer reaction towards that. Like, I can understand why they're mad. It's just like,
I mean, I understand that there's different accents and stuff. Like,
yeah,
I understand that, but that's a stretch.
Yeah, just like, be careful those symbiotes.
The scene where we finally see Venom. It sent just chills on my body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, even just that animation and just seeing
the CGI
Venom take over, like
that was cool.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm. So me personally, just kind of going through the trailer, I like that the symbiote has a voice.
Yeah.
And that the fact that there's two personalities in Venom. Because that's been something that I've been hoping for, even when they just announced it and we were talking about it on an earlier podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that. And then B, yes, the Venom looks very good. Personally, this is just a personal thing. I prefer the Venom designs where he has a little bit more of a snout. I felt it was a little bit too flat-faced. But again, going back to like his original debut, it was that very flat-faced.
Well, and again, there's just because it's what we saw right now, there could be minor changes.
Could evolve.
Yeah.
And slightly.
They could.
What would you think if they just completely kept Venom secret until the movie came out?
I feel like.
See, so my whole struggle with this is I can't decide if Sony is smart or not.
That is true.
In a world where Sony is smart, then the perfect outcome would be they wouldn't show Venom until the movie. But the fear is, what if they're not smart and Venom's just not in that movie that much? Which is the reason why I think this trailer came out, was to show, wait.
We have Venom. He's actually in the movie.
He's in the film. Don't worry, folks. He's in it.
This trailer felt extremely apologetic towards the last trailer. Like, don't worry, no, it's fine.
Please come see our movie.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Please, we spend a lot of money.
We've kept this under the rug, but I swear he's here.
Yeah.
So, I like to think Sony is smart. That's my hope, that we see a lot of Venom in the movie and they're just downplaying it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, you all know how Amazing Spider-Man 2 went, so we don't know.
We'll see in October. That's what we got.
But that and Infinity War are the two movies this year I wanted to be, like, amazing.
Yeah.
Infinity
War. As
War,
far as superhero movies.
Yes. I'd say even right now, in terms of in general, like, those are the two for me, like, there's a lot of other movies I want to be good, but those are the two in my brain that, like,
they have to be.
those to be good.
For me, I think, Incredibles 2.
Oh, definitely.
That's my childhood.
Yeah, that was like everyone's childhood, just like hoping for.
Well, everyone
like,
our ages.
Yeah, our age. Yeah, ours. Yeah.
I don't think like the 80-year-olds watching this video
I mean,
their childhood.
I mean.
So anyway, actually, let me pull up the agenda.
We could actually probably jump into skip a trailer or two and talk about Incredibles 2 briefly.
Yeah, let's go into Incredibles 2.
All right,
that's the trailer as well.
It's that we're talking about.
Kind of like the trailer that they're kind of like doing like superhero trailer with the epic music thing. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, what I liked about the Incredibles 2 trailer is that it's showing that the film is going to be kind of a reverse of the first one.
Yeah.
Where instead of, the mom being home taking care of the kids, and dad going off to work, it's the reverse, which I love. I think that's great.
That was really cool.
And like have you seen the latest trailer that's came out?
Which one? Like dinner table? They're at that scene?
Yeah, the one that opens at the dinner table.
Oh, yeah.
The washing the hands one.
Yeah.
That one, I like that because you see that dad struggle from him.
Yeah.
Which I think could be
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, I
Well,
think
that's
it'll be
the
cool.
modern day relatable thing. Like Incredibles, it kind of did what Fantastic Four in the comics did, was it's kind of the family of superheroes, and it's showing that they're still a family even though they have all these powers. And stuff.
Yeah.
They have to live somewhat of a normal family.
I just wish the Fantastic Four could do that in one of their movies, but
Ugh.
Also in terms of villains, they show at the very end of that trailer. I don't even remember his name.
I don't know.
Hacker dude, basically. That's totally the guy who gives Elastigirl the job, right?
Yeah.
100%, right?
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious. Like, you know, the body.
I like to think it's another moment where I'm like, maybe they're smart. Maybe that's a red herring. I really feel like, because again, he gives her the bike, he gives her like the house, all those things.
All cool tech. All cool
My
suit,
brain goes to,
nice.
okay, so the house has a bunch of cameras to monitor the family, keeps them locked
Contained.
down,
Yeah.
contained. That bike has a tracker on it. Like, do you guys remember how the first Incredibles played out?
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna do something similar, I'm sure.
Yeah. That is true.
And hello, Destru, nice to see you.
Hi there.
So yeah, that's my thoughts with the Incredible 2 trailer.
Savage.
So I'm just hoping it's good. That's what
Yeah.
I want.
But going to another superhero trailer, Deadpool 2, the ending of that trailer is what I love the most about it.
Yeah.
The nod to Origins, where Deadpool cut the bullet in half.
Yeah.
To this one, to him doing the motion, but you just see all the bullets going through him,
Yeah.
like. And then ending with, whew,
Those bullets
Wow.
are fast.
bullets are fast. Like, that was hilarious.
That's what happens when he turned 40.
Because you see him cut the one in half.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, and then for the rest, it's just like, fuck.
he's like,
And
you
then,
you get a split second. You're like, wow, he's actually hitting them, and then he's like,
Yeah. And then Peter.
yeah.
I like Peter.
So there's going to be one of two realities for him. Either A, he dies immediately, or B, the one I hope, he's like the only survivor.
He's like basically like he's the
Very
whole
cool.
comedic relief throughout the entire movie, and then
I broke
you
my
see him
arm.
alive
Mm-hmm.
at the end just because he has no powers.
Yeah. Like, I
That's
want
weird.
his character to just be, like, the standout.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
from the trailer, he was the standout.
He'd be like, so what do I do? What do I do?
I don't know.
Stand
Diabetes.
there and look for the money
Or
shots.
he becomes a driver.
I guess.
Well, we already got the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the yeah, like use your diabetes powers. I don't know, maybe I don't know.
Oh my.
And sorry you broke your arm, Destru.
Yeah.
That sucks. Anyway,
Sorry about that, man.
any other Deadpool 2 notes?
I mean, it'll be one of those things where I'll see it and
Yeah.
we'll go off of that. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not nearly as excited for it as I was for Infinity War, but
I'm not fully expecting anything because like if they got like good writers for this film,
Well, you see, I'm
Yeah.
hesitant with this film.
really,
Because my worry is they're going to pull an Iron Man 2 with the whole X-Force thing. And it's going to, instead of being a Deadpool movie,
it's an X-Force.
It's
It's an X-Force.
we're making another movie thing. It's not really a
It's
full
like-
story. It's a setup for another
It's like
movie.
it's like an X-Force movie with Deadpool.
I don't want it to get too convoluted. What I would have preferred it to be is just, again, just a Deadpool movie. Deadpool versus Cable. The more recent trailers have been showing more and more X-Force, which
But-
has me worried.
But at the same time, we do start seeing more X-Force, but we also do get to see quite a for trailer purposes. We do get to see quite a bit of Cable versus Deadpool.
Yes, but
Yeah.
is that Cable versus Deadpool with X-Force catching up to get into the fight?
Ooh,
We'll see.
See, that's my worry is that, like, because I still keep remembering Iron Man 2 where it's like, it's another Iron Man movie, but Avengers is coming out.
yeah,
Like,
you got Nick Fury,
It's basically
Black
like a
Widow.
plug. It's like
yeah,
a
it
plug
was
for
a 2-hour plug.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is what Iron Man 2 was. So I don't want this movie to be a 2-hour plug for the X-Force movie.
It's fair.
Yeah,
We'll see.
But speaking of skepticism towards trailers, Solo. Now, this
Ooh.
more recent trailer I thought was better
yeah.
than the first one. The first one I was like, not feeling it. This one shows more potential.
Yeah.
Potential being the key word for me. Because again, I want it to be good, but I don't think have shown me enough.
The
for
thing,
me to be
but at the same
convinced.
time, no matter how much skepticism you have, you're still gonna go see it.
I will
Yeah.
still go see it. But it's not going to be like I need to see it midnight premiere.
More
It might
like
be-
I'll see it like whenever I can, as long as
Yeah,
it's still in
probably gonna
theaters.
be one of those movies.
It might be one of those movies I'll be like, oh, I'll go see it opening weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Maybe.
probably do that
I
like maybe after like a few days. I
It's
don't know.
probably
Saturday.
going to be opening week for me.
Yeah.
Within the first 7 days, I'll see it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rush to go see it.
Oh, it comes out the week of graduation.
Yeah, Memorial Day. So
Even if it didn't.
That's true.
yeah,
All right.
I was still like, you know what? I'll just wait till like there's not a big crowd and just like I'll watch it. That's me, honestly.
So,
Like,
we should have tied this into Deadpool, but this is the news that happened between this podcast and the last podcast. So, Donald Glover was set to write the animated Deadpool show that Marvel's working on. And unfortunately, they announced it was Donald Glover and his brother. And unfortunately, Marvel Entertainment announced that they are not going to be the writers anymore. That they didn't say they were fired, but they were basically fired.
yeah.
And Donald Glover, he's Donald Glover. He's very chill, but very passive-aggressively posted out fake pages of the script on his Twitter, which is great because A, he doesn't use his Twitter like ever. So like the people who were following him, like, oh my god, this is the first time he's tweeted anything for a month or 2 months, and it was 15 pages of a script that he just wrote to say "F you Marvel." Like, I thought that was fantastic, and the real thing, I don't know, what was Deadpool and leaks? Like, everything Deadpool related has to get leaked for anything to happen.
Yeah.
There needed to be that leaked test footage for the Deadpool movie to get made. There had to be the leaked script pages for people to be upset that Donald Glover was fired. And then we're going to talk about another Deadpool leak here in a little bit. But what's with that, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's just like the Deadpool curse or something. Like there's always got to be a leak for something,
Yeah,
or
it's
just
almost
like I don't know. That's how I see it.
It's almost like he's a super controversial character that Hollywood just doesn't want to accept, even though the audience wants it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
weird.
that's super weird. I wonder why that's happening.
But anyway, like, in the pages that Donald Glover tweeted were hilarious.
Oh,
I know
they
I
were.
showed you. Did I show you any of the script
Yeah, you
pages?
did tell me to show.
Like, there was one episode where, again, I love the idea of Deadpool, superhero, these powers that make him pretty much invincible. What do you think he would do in a TV show? Go against a supervillain? No, there's one episode from the script pages where it's him trying to save the last white rhino. Which, if you guys know what happened, it's based off something in real life where very recently the last white rhino
the last
died.
albino rhino died.
So I
Yeah.
love to imagine that in Donald Glover's script, it's Deadpool going, "Oh my God, there's one left. I have to protect it." And the whole episode is like him trying to protect it from like stupid stuff like maybe a
Poultures.
lion, maybe a
Disasters.
thorn, natural disasters.
Poultures,
And
all
then I like to
that.
imagine by the end of the episode,
He
he
just get-
accidentally kills it.
Just by something simple, like
Yeah.
that'd be funny. Yeah.
There's another episode. This is just him for an entire episode making fun of Taylor Swift. But like, it's so much amazing stuff that I wish they
It's so much.
did.
It's Deadpool-y.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
And I feel
right
like,
from the comics sort
yeah,
of thing.
and I feel like Marvel is too afraid to embrace Deadpool for what he is. They
Yeah.
want to make a more PG, dumbed down
Well,
Deadpool.
they can't.
Which
Deadpool-
isn't Deadpool.
Deadpool is a rated R character,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and they need to keep him that way.
Or
Even
they just
though,
need to
but the
accept
problem
it.
is their audience isn't that, so they have, because you have to remember that they're a business and they have to
Yeah.
do whatever makes them money.
Yeah.
When I imagine, like, in my brain, the X-Force movie, when they finally get around to it, would be PG-13. But what they would do with Deadpool is they go out of their way to, like, bleep out what he says, and Deadpool gets angry about that.
That would be funny. Yeah.
Like, and everyone's like, what are you talking about? They're bleeping out my mother bleeping bleeps. Stop it! Like, I love
That'd be
things like that,
funny.
and the other X-Force members are like, who's he talking to? Like, that's the only way I think they could do PG-13 Deadpool.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still as funny as that would be, it just takes away from it.
It just like
It
gets
does.
rid of half of Deadpool.
Or, like, even, like, Deadpool did this in his own rated R movie, like, scenes where, like, Deadpool's doing something to somebody and the camera turns away and is like, no, show it.
Show it.
PG-13, that's right. You know, fine, look over at that wall.
And then he
Like-
goes, yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only way I think they could do PG-13 Deadpool.
That is
But anyway,
true.
Still, they should always do R if they have the chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also in Deadpool leak news, who makes Archer? Remind me, Raphael.
I don't FX.
Is it FX's in-house animating company.
Yes,
Okay.
I think so. I don't know. I didn't do
So-
fully research, but I know FX is in charge of just their animated, which is just Archer right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, but
They're doing some
anyway,
island thing.
So they got the
Weird.
bid to do the Deadpool animations, but one of the studios who lost leaked their own test footage of what their proposal to Marvel was, and I loved that animating style.
It fit Deadpool, especially how they
Well,
did the yellow eyes.
Yes, which isn't there are a lot of comic books where it did that, but I believe that the standards he's gonna have the white eyes, his suit's gonna look like this, he's gonna move like this. This movie kind of said
Breaks all that.
okay, but we're doing our own thing with it.
Yeah.
And I loved that. It felt very Deadpool, but very new at the same time.
Yeah.
So, their own twist on it, which the Archer art style, I think, will still fit and look very comic booky. But the art style that one studio did that lost just felt like it was right out of the pages of their own comic.
Yeah.
Again, movement when it comes to Archer is a bit weird because
Yeah.
it doesn't show what I've seen the show so far. It only shows half the body, not the full thing.
Mhm.
That's what I'm kind of afraid of because they could just do the same animation style with Deadpool, which will be kind of weird.
Mhm.
And the action scenes are pretty cool, and they're 3D animated when it comes to vehicles, and sometimes scenes. It's pretty good, especially lighting, which has gotten better. My just one fear is just gonna be kind of a copy and paste of Archer, where
Yeah.
you can show a bit nudity, a bit of gore, and a bit of drinking
Mhm.
and cussing, but I'm just gonna probably see it as just
And
Archer, but hero.
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm a little
Yeah.
bit of a cynic, but I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
Hey, if I'm right, I'm surprised.
I'd love to be.
I'm not really surprised. Just hey,
I'd
you
love
know.
to be surprised and have them do something different, but I don't think they will.
yeah.
Anyway,
They'll make they'll make him too muscly.
yeah.
I just know it.
So
You can see it.
He's fairly muscly, but I guess
Yeah, but he's not extreme. I'm ripped as fuck.
he's
you
not
know.
Thor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, the next one is going to be really great to talk about,
yes,
especially because
yes.
it's going to be contrast to the Fisher review that's been on the channel.
Yes.
A Quiet Place. So,
So-
Raphael, you've seen it, correct?
Yes.
We've all seen it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We'll still refrain from spoilers, but I just want to make sure we all have something to say.
Yeah.
I'll go last. One of you can start us off here.
You can go first, man.
All right. So I said this before I went and I saw the trailer whenever the trailer first came out, which was I think 4 months before the movie was supposed to come out. It
Yeah.
came out late 2017,
Yes.
and the movie came out in April. So I don't do scary movies, and I knew from the second I saw the trailer that even though I'd be terrified, that I had to see the movie just off of the first trailer. Then I saw more trailers, and it just enticed me even more. And I think you said you only saw the first trailer and you stayed away from everything
Yeah,
else.
so I had pretty much the same experience there, only after I saw the first trailer, I was like, sold. I don't want to see any more. You have my ticket. I don't want to see anything else.
So
until I
when
go in to see the movie.
So when I saw the trailer, the concept of the movie was absolutely phenomenal. That idea, and to think, I give Krasinski so much credit. To go from everything he did in The Office to thinking of the idea, helping write the script, acting in it, casting his wife, and all of that, I give him so... You just see a side of him that...
I mean, and it's also becoming a trend. Him, Jordan Peele,
Yeah.
comedians being amazing horror directors.
Yeah.
Apparently a thing now.
And I told myself this before I even went to see the movie, that this movie would win an Oscar, and I stand true to that after seeing it. One, if not more.
At the very least, it needs to get nominated for multiple.
It needs to get
And
nominated.
I think it should win sound editing and sound mixing.
Definitely.
I mean, granted, we're only a
That was
quarter of the
good.
way through or a third of the way through the year, but I still don't think anything can top that, especially for a movie that sound is so vital.
Yeah.
Because in a movie where you can't have that much dialogue, you have to be able to have the sound to rely on. And it'll be on my top 5 list for the year.
Nice.
I stand by that right now. So that's my...
Yeah.
Nice.
Overall, I really enjoyed it. I had a few minor problems. Luke mentioned the score. I actually didn't mind the score.
No,
I prefer that over the just staying on one string that you get with the James
over like
Bond
the
horror
tip
movies.
over the like the because like you get those typical horror films where they just there isn't any variance.
I can't watch like I believe it's the Insidious movies because I don't like that style of score where it's just staying on one string for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
This score at least did something a little bit different than that. It still maybe could have been better, but I didn't think it was necessarily awful.
It wasn't anything that took away from the movie.
But acting was fantastic.
Emily Blunt.
Story I thought was great. I thought they played into jump scares a little bit more than I would have liked. There were still some great legitimate scares though, like when I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like when something's going on and they just hang on one shot and just let the tension build. I thought the film was 90 minutes of pure tension.
And the movie didn't feel like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it went by
flew
quick.
by.
It felt like I was watching a short film.
Exactly. I was gonna say that. Like, it's like what you said to me. Like, it feels like a short film, and plus, you can only kind of watch it in a theater. And you're right on those two things. Just like it felt really short. It got to the point. It didn't need to like have really, really boring long dialogue on like, oh, who's the murderer? Oh, there's a monster in the woods.
I was worried about.
Oh no.
The one thing I was worried about is just how much backstory they were gonna have, because I didn't want too much backstory.
Same.
And they put enough in there where they had it because they needed it, but like you said, this isn't a movie you can't see in theaters because I mean you can, but you're just not gonna.
It's a different experience
unless you have like a surround sound set up in your living room and you have like basically the same style where you're surrounded by the sound. I don't necessarily feel you get the same experience with it.
Yeah, but overall, I did really enjoy it.
Yes.
One aspect of the film I thought was really cool, which I didn't at least get from the first trailer. Maybe they played a little more into it with the other trailers. Is the idea of they kind of build it as you can't talk. Well, one interesting thing one interesting thing they talk about in the film is the idea of you can talk and make sound as long as there's a louder sound to distract from that. I thought that was really
that was.
You don't really get that from any of the other trailers.
Okay,
but you do clearly get that in the film. But
I love that idea.
Yeah.
That concept I thought was. Oh, that's really cool.
Because the thing that makes sense, basically, because if that didn't hold true, then any sounds that are made by anything get attacked because they're making sound. So it has to be the loudest sound at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else with A Quiet Place? I hope I got all my thoughts out.
I mean... not much to say about it because
you never made a review, did you?
I did not make a review. I was planning on it. I just
ran out.
So basically,
you could have started off with a review like, and then like some basher like, "Hey Nick, what's going on?" And then
one thing we'll probably talk about here very quickly is, as you guys probably know, based off some of the videos and things I've talked about, we're working on a short film right now, and it's actually to the point where I'm behind on YouTube because of the short film. So yes. Short film will be coming out very soon.
Really?
The rough cut's almost done.
Oh my god.
Well,
I can watch it from start to end almost in its entirety.
Okay, see, but you also have to remember, Nick, so you may be behind on YouTube, but you're also behind on the short film, too, so...
Well, that's a different... It's a different kind of behind.
Yeah, I know. I was just giving you a hard time.
Dang.
But yeah, so...
Way to call him out, dude.
Basically, that is the reason why there has been kind of a lack of content. I say a lack of content. I've been... okay about trying to keep up with stuff, but we are falling
when
behind.
There's super important trailers that come out, he tries to make sure.
Yeah.
I've recorded trailers that haven't come out yet just because I haven't had time to edit them yet. On my computer, there's like 2 trailer reactions at least that still have to get edited.
Which at this point, they might not even... It's kind of irrelevant.
It's kind of like...
a movie review that still has to get edited. A vlog that I still have to work on shooting and editing to get out hopefully this week.
Dang.
So like, yeah, I'm behind, but... it's all because of the short film, which will hopefully be out soon. So anyway, these next ones are going to go by fairly quick. Rampage.
I've not seen it.
So Dylan, we'll let you talk about it.
I mean, there's not much to say other than it's just kind of... it's okay. It's watchable. It's okay, and
Hear that,
the
folks?
third act makes up for the first 2.
Mm-hmm. which I love. You texted me right after you watched it, and I loved that text because your review basically after watching the movie was, it's surprisingly watchable.
Which, yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I saw the trailer. I didn't quite know what to expect. It's cheesy. It is what it is. It's giant monsters fighting in a city. There's some humor in there, which definitely makes up for some of the bad stuff about it. So, I mean, yeah, it was just surprising.
Yeah, I just love that being like a review. Like, there are very few movies where that would be oh, okay, that's surprisingly a good thing. Like, imagine if they said that about Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like, a big critic said, it's
surprising.
watchable.
Surprisingly
you would
watchable.
see that as a negative for almost any other movie.
Well, and, like, it's one of those things where if I had to pay for the ticket, I probably wouldn't have gone. But since I didn't really have to pay for the ticket because I have my movie pass.
Yeah.
So it was like one of those things where, oh, I want to go see a movie. Oh, I haven't seen Rampage yet. Let's go. So, I don't know. It's
like,
not. I'm not going to tell people go see it. I'm not. It's not anything worth going to tell people to go watch it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, and the next, I think you're probably the only one who's seen this as
Yeah.
well.
Blockers.
Raphael, have you seen it?
No, but
It's on my again. I'm behind on a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah.
I haven't
Just
gotten-
when it comes out on Redbox, just pick it up. It'll be funny.
So
But
what are your
got
thoughts?
it.
I mean, my thoughts. I mean, this is exactly what I thought it would be. It's just a cheesy comedy, and I think it's the comedy of the year, which isn't really that hard to get anymore because there's not that many comedies that come out. But
I would say Jumanji.
Yeah.
Definitely for last year.
well, for last
Yeah.
year, but
And that set a pretty high bar.
yeah, but I mean, it's not anything near Jumanji, but it's still funny. I mean, the concept behind it's hilarious. I love the concept behind it, and just the title itself, like. You know what the title is, but the official title that they had to put on the thing was a more PG title, and so I mean, it was funny. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's definitely. I'm not saying go watch it, but just if you have the option to watch it, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
In the
It's fun.
time.
It's fun.
That's
to
cool.
watch, so.
And then to end off the movie segment of this, let's keep it condensed because we did
All
discuss all
right.
the movies. Maybe one or two sentences, spoiler free. What did you think of Avengers Infinity War? I guess I'll start off. It was very good, and I have to give Marvel credit because they had the balls to do things that I did not think they would. My biggest fear with Infinity War is that they would pull their punches, and I do not think they did. So, who wants to go next?
I agree with everything you said there, and I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I think this is my favorite Marvel movie now. I think so.
And Raphael?
How they did the music was really good.
This is...
Yeah.
So...
That's how they did it, and
Yeah.
like I really like the background music. It was really nice and kind of different from like any other Avengers or just Marvel film, which is weird because like I've been listening it to a lot, and it's like really good. Like, wow, this is really nice.
Yeah, because
Like,
it used to be a running gag in the film industry that the Marvel movies never had a good score. I don't think you can say that anymore.
Yeah, you
after
can.
Infinity
You
War.
after you see this, you cannot. Like, they
like,
did it nice.
Guardians, like, they had a good soundtrack. The score had a couple decent moments, but there's nothing memorable about it.
Yeah.
This movie, great score. Like, the score was phenomenal.
Yeah. And overall, how they did story-wise was good. Yeah.
Okay, so quick question: where does it rank for you guys?
Ooh, okay.
Definitely top 5. I'd say 2 or 3. Probably 3.
I'd have to say. Okay, that's tough. Maybe either kind of 3 or 2 for me.
Okay.
For right now, because who knows? I could see another film like Incredibles. Like, congratulations, you got #1, baby, because I've been waiting for you. But just like.
For MCU?
I'm
No.
talking about Marvel movies.
Oh, Marvel movies?
Not
Yeah.
movies.
My
I'm
bad.
just
Oh
talking about
shit, for
Marvel
movies. Okay, my
It's
bad.
just like
You
movies. of
really
Marvel.
confused me on that.
I'm talking about like movies. Period. Like for this year.
Oh,
But
well, 2 out of 3. Yeah, no, I was talking about just Marvel movies in general.
my bad, dude.
Man,
He's
most
like, man,
ambitious crossover ever, The Incredibles weren't even
my
in it.
bad,
Avengers 4 is
But-
gonna be great when The Incredibles are here.
No, but just like
Thanos.
overall, like 2. I can't remember which one's my first and second one, but just like I don't know, but just my bad, guys. I thought you were talking like
Yeah.
movies, like of this year. My bad.
No, you're
Where's
good.
my super suit? You sound a lot like Nick Fury.
God damn it.
That was great.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's another spoiler. They're in the film. I swear.
moving on to games.
All right.
So the first thing we have to talk about, which I'm
Yes,
really excited
yes.
for, they announced Spyro Remastered.
Oh boy.
They did Crash Remastered amazing.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
So I'm very excited for that.
And for the price point, it was phenomenal.
Mhm.
How much?
It was 40 brand new.
That's
On
not bad.
opening release, it was $40.
That's not bad.
For 3 games.
Yeah.
And to respark childhood.
Well, and
so.
apparently they're adding a lot to Crash. So in terms of both graphically, and I think there's like going to be a new level or a couple new levels from
Oh,
what I've
that's
heard.
cool.
But like I'm really excited. I probably won't be able to play it, unfortunately. Were either of you here? No, you weren't.
You told me about it.
For the last Not for Families game night we did.
You had to buy it twice.
I had to buy it twice because my
I was
Xbox,
there for that.
I think, broke.
Oh.
I don't know. I
You
still
need to
have
call Microsoft.
Yeah.
I still need to go.
Yeah,
Another thing.
this-
Sorry, I'm very busy. But
Huh.
it's on my list of things to do is talk to Microsoft and figure out what's going on with my Xbox, because we started playing it and then my Xbox is like, oh, well, you want me to work? Oh no, and then it basically froze on me, and when I booted it back up, it wouldn't let me log into any profiles. So A, it's not letting me access my games because it's like, well, you don't have any. There's no one on. Like, and then every time I would, I'd try and sign in, it would say, okay, here are the profiles you can sign into. I'd select the Just Free Studios one. It would say, okay, squirrel! Oh, hey, welcome to Xbox. Do you want to sign into a profile?
So even if you get it fixed, you might have to consider trading it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really debating it now. I've been debating it for a long time, but this might be the
Breaking
Tipping
point.
the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Oh, dang.
The water that boils over the teapot.
Anyway.
Yes.
So anything Spyro-wise?
I mean, I think it's really cool that they're doing something like this because they know it's going to be successful. And if you look at graphic comparisons for what they've released,
They have
I mean,
showed a lot.
you
different
look at the
things.
pixel thing where Spyro's like 5 pixels, and then now he's a 3D rendition.
Nice,
of
like nice lighting.
HD, everything.
Even all the other NPCs, like the dragons,
Yeah.
for example, like they looked like they were made in MS Paint before, whereas now it's like
even Spyro, he literally looked like he was made out of little cubes before, because obviously
Yeah.
that's what they had the capability to do, and now it's just it's crazy to
Nice
see how far
texture.
technology has gone.
Yeah.
And from what I'm guessing is they're going to do the similar thing to Crash, and they're basically going to have the old game, have the new game, be playing the old game as they're designing the
Mhm.
new one. So
Yeah.
it's not even it's a remaster for a reason, and
Yeah.
they remaster really well.
Yeah.
Because it's the same company, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because that
Because
company
they
does.
went to Crash, and then I believe the last Crash had a demo for the first Spyro game,
Yeah.
and then they went Spyro.
Yeah, it went. Yeah, they do
Which-
fin.
Think it's really
It
cool.
would have been a really cool nod if in Bandicoot Remastered there was a demo for Spyro Remastered, but of course I think they were wanting to see how Bandicoot Remastered did sales wise.
And another thing that's cool is like I'm gonna have to get it on my PlayStation, but then eventually Crash is coming out on the Switch and Spyro are gonna come out on the
That
Switch.
definitely feels like a game
Which
to be on the
I've
Switch.
talked to you about it several
Yeah.
times. Those are perfect travel games.
They are. They really
Because
are.
they're time consuming and just
Well,
being on a
it's like-
plane and anything.
Like Crash is basically a parkour game,
Yeah.
and like it's not like I couldn't imagine like God of War on the Switch where it's like you gotta have your headphones in, you gotta be like watching all these cutscenes. Like that's not a Switch game.
Yeah.
A game that's literally just kind of muscle
Casual.
memory, just casual playing. That is the ideal Switch game.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want Last of Us on a Switch. Like that'd
be
way too
weird.
stressful.
I'm still waiting for like Mario Party on the
Oh my
Switch.
god, that would be amazing.
That would be
right?
fun.
Like you and all your friends with your Switches just playing Mario Party would be
Like a LAN setup,
Fantastic.
that would be crazy.
kind of like I envision what like Mario Kart's kind of doing.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, so next one is a huge one, which Raphael, you're probably gonna be the more expert on because of your brother.
Okay.
God of War.
All right.
Released
Well,
in. Woo, is it pretty?
finished the game and he loves it. It's like the graphics are really good, like phenomenal. Like story is interesting. Like it's not bad interest, but just like really interesting to see like what they're going with, because like my brother told me that like they've done like multiple changes on trying to get the right mythology on which one they want to do, and they finally got it
And
right.
something that I've read is that the story for this one is 3 times longer than it normally.
Oh,
my
it
God,
is.
it's a
It
long
is.
game.
So it's supposed
Dude,
to be like
it is like
25,
super
30 hours.
Dude, it is like super long, like crazy.
And I believe the other God of War games were like 6-hour campaigns. Like,
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like
so.
if you would have to do like a gameplay, you would have a lot of episodes.
there are YouTubers who like were doing 2-hour episodes and still hit like 20 or
Yeah.
so episodes.
You would have to
Well,
do
'cause
like a lot.
Not like that, and we're talking 30 hours for the main story, but there's still a lot of side
quests and all
stuff.
that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah, like a lot of interesting, like, you know, armors and weapons. You like how you upgrade your weapons is really
I
interesting.
really likes the combat system.
It's
I
really
also-
he really likes it.
I
Like
also heard that the whole health thing is really interesting because you start out with very little health and that you
Yes.
don't get that many upgrades.
that
to your
is
health.
really true. You're gonna have to like get back up there and all that. And for the ending, it nods at something that like will make you think. On just like it's a character that already exists in Norse mythology, and it just makes you think like, wait, are they ever gonna mention that? How does this connect to like the story and just mythology? And my best guess is that they could possibly do a DLC, depending, because I'm not sure, or maybe like a part 2 of the game. I don't know.
Yeah, because
'Cause,
I'm
like-
guessing
Another
if
game,
this
probably.
does well,
Yeah.
they're just gonna
It has been
revitalize the God of War.
Yeah, because like
franchise.
it's good. Like it's really good. The ending's really nice. It's sweet how they do it, but just like they mention like a few lines, which makes you think like, wait, what? Like this is happening right now. Okay.
Yeah, and
And
visually, I
yeah.
think the game looks fantastic.
Oh,
I
it
love the
does.
one camera
I
thing.
I
That's
couldn't
cool.
imagine. I can't like I couldn't imagine it in 4K.
Yeah.
Because you can play it in 4K if you have the
Yeah.
Pro and your TV, but
oh,
even without it in 4K, it
I would have to
still
say
looks
another
phenomenal.
thing. It's just like how they like go to the cutscenes.
The
They-
one camera.
They do it so smoothly, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you're still playing the
So-
game, but just like it's not like take it like
It's not choppy. It
it's not
just
choppy.
goes-
It's just like it's shitty graphics. Then bam, let's go to the good graphics and all that. It's just like they did it with the one camera thing, and it's just so smooth. Like wow,
And
this is really nice.
for you guys who don't know what I mean by one camera is, basically the entire game is one shot, essentially. So like the opening cutscene is Kratos standing next to a tree, and then it's seamlessly going into the game from that shot, and then the cutscenes, like there's no cut cinemascope thing. It all sticks on that over-the-shoulder camera. The camera then just moves around to whatever the cutscene is, and then goes back to where it was. Beautifully.
It
Yeah.
is.
That
truly-
camera never cuts the entire game, which is awesome.
Never does. It's like really good. Bosses
I
are.
wish more games had the.
I heard the bosses are insane.
They are. Trust me. My brother like almost rage quit a few times, but at the same time, like no, I need to keep playing because like it's really good. Like hates and loves it at the same time. Like
I mean, those are the best games.
Yes.
oh yeah, definitely. Like you gotta like you're determined to like beat that game and prove like I did it. I'm never gonna play you again. Maybe later for like side missions, but then I'm done. Okay, maybe just a few more, and then it's just
Okay, maybe I'll
Yeah.
replay the game. Okay.
maybe just to find that one thing.
Yeah.
You get a cool thing out of it.
Mhm.
But yeah,
All right,
overall,
any other God of War talk?
no, that's about it.
Alrighty. So then, quickly addressing another PS4 exclusive, and one that looks absolutely amazing.
There's a skin that came out for that.
Spider-Man PS4. Multiple skins they've announced, really.
There's
Since we've talked about
Yeah.
it.
well, the one recent one that I saw when he was like aiming for the Infinity War suit
Yep.
is there's a homemade suit too that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the Iron Spider one.
Yeah, I want that.
But then
There's also the Noir.
Yeah.
the one
Punk
skin,
one.
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
that's the
Punk.
one I don't. That's the one that I haven't been sold on yet. I need to
Really?
see it in game for it. I don't know how.
I dig it. I'm
A
just.
lot of money.
Basically.
It's okay, Nick.
See, my problem is, and this is becoming a running theme of this, even if I got the PS4, would I have the time to really enjoy these games that we're talking about? And B,
you'd have to make time.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. And B, the money of it all. Because right now, my setup is currently I reinvest everything back into Just Few Studios, aside from like food and stuff, because you know, I kind of need that
to live.
You know, food, water, the necessities, Mountain Dew, but everything else basically goes back into the company, and I reinvest it. So I need to then say section off a decent portion of that money to get. Then I probably, if I got a PS4, I might be tempted to commit to a Pro just for longevity.
No, you can.
Because that's gonna last longer than a standard PS4 would, even though it costs a good amount.
Yeah, but who knows? The PS5 could be out.
That's true, and then that would really fuck me because again.
I'm done.
Another reason I think my Xbox One might be dying is because this is like
the first
Wave 1 Xbox One. Like back when you bought it and it had to come with the Kinect.
Oh dang! You told me that.
Like,
yeah.
This is like when the Xbox One was first announced. That Wave Xbox One, like, so it's older now in terms of console ages. So that's another reason I think it could be dying. Because I've also worked it hard. But anyway, yeah. So that's I really should get a PS4. But
yeah.
Bright side, the last bit of gaming news is not PS4.
It's Nintendo.
It's Nintendo.
Ooh.
Another console that I wish I could get.
Hey, same here, buddy.
Xbox, why can you not put out... Never mind.
Let's talk about Nintendo really quick. So,
Nintendo.
Nintendo, aside from... we'll just talk about Nintendo as a whole really quick. So,
yeah, go ahead.
At E3, Nintendo announced at E3 the two things that they were going to be focusing on was Smash Bros. For the Switch.
Nice.
And them exactly how their online service is going to work, because it was announced a couple months ago that they were going to start charging for online services just like every other,
which makes sense,
because you know the Switch is actually doing really well and they haven't had a successful console like this and
for a while.
I mean, I guess the Wii was
in different ways.
For the time the Wii was pretty successful because it was something different, and the Switch did the same thing. So it's the first time that they've had a console in a while that's been successful, so they're taking advantage of it by charging for a feature that they know people will use for or pay for, especially with Smash coming out, because they're focusing heavy on online stuff with Smash and all that. So they're basically just implementing a similar feature or similar thing like Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. So it'll be interesting to see how that works.
I just got the random image in my head of the 12-year-olds with a headset talking trash, only it's into a Switch.
That'd be fun.
Well, you're gonna die.
Come
on, Fortnite.
I fucked your mother.
I do.
Stupid Fortnite.
I do hope
on a plane.
Exactly.
I do
Fuck
hope
you,
that,
little bitch. I hate you.
I do hope that with the implementation, of and the online services, I do hope that they find some way to incorporate a party system.
Yes.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of games like I think Payday 2 is on the Switch, and I think that game it's on the Switch, but it's one of those games where it's way better co-op, but there's a lack of communication. There's no you have to be sitting in the same room with them, and it just, if they implemented that party system, I think it would make Switch a lot, especially if they do start getting games like Fortnite and that kind of like. I'm sure they'll dive into the battle royale stuff.
Yeah. Mario Battle Royale.
Oh my god.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4
we
Battle
joke about
Royale.
It, but after what was the Raving Rabbits crossover game they had?
Mario and Raging Rabbit.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Well,
like
just
all
like
the Mario Kart characters in a battle royale.
I never thought that Call of Duty was going to go to a battle royale, and now look at we are. We're a couple months away from it, with no single player.
Yay.
Just saying.
Anyway,
I love the world.
So let me just check OBS here and get all stuff prepped for the outro. But I think that's going to do it for this episode of the J4U podcast. As I awkwardly just kind of reach around to grab a software stuff. Ugh. Okay, so any notes you guys want to leave the podcast on?
Not really.
Dylan, you?
No, I'm good.
No? You're just going to awkwardly let me sit here? And
Yep. I mean,
Alrighty, well.
Go and see Infinity War.
Yeah,
Go
go
see
see
it.
Infinity War.
And then watch our trailer or our spoiler
Spoiler
full
talk.
Then
talk.
watch me walk into the last minute of it.
You were there for like the last 5 or so?
Maybe.
5?
More like 2 minutes.
I don't know. Well, you were there.
I don't know, there for a bit. You guys finished up and they're like, "Hey guys," and then like, here I am, a big ass glove, and
Yeah, which looks really nice.
thank you.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of the J4U podcast, or listening, depending on where you are. Please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Stay classy, and later. Woo!
Goodbye.
Awkwardly cut away again.